All right, I will send this over to you later, just
Thank
when
you.
we're done. Okay, so here's what we came up with to attempt to complete by March 31st, the end of the first quarter. A revenue of 600,000, gross profit of 300, add 20 new full-time clients. Where are we at in progress towards that right now? We are 1/3 of the way done with this quarter. Are we 1/3 of the way to this goal?
Revenue, no.
Okay. The 20 new full-time clients.
No.
How far off are we?
So I think we only have 2 full-time clients.
We've only added 2. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So guys, you should have this right above where you're at, and you guys should be reviewing this every single week.
They do in their win meetings.
They review this. Actually, I have not seen this. Have you guys done this?
This should be all in here.
But you guys don't review that, have you?
It's
Look.
there. It's there. It's, I think what Anne's measuring is the existing client, but not the new clients.
Yeah, she's not doing the plus. What she's measuring is
It's there on top. I put it there.
yeah. See. So what we do it is, so we were at 86, we're at 91 in VAs, but then we go back to here, we were at 106, and now we're at 107. So we're net 1.
Yeah.
But
Maybe we should also start doing the monthly revenue, like how much for January, how much for February.
yes.
Yeah.
So we don't want to lose sight of that either. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
it's full-time clients, add 20 new full-time clients. And how do we even know what that one client is?
And that's net of those that we lost, right?
It's
not.
not
Or no?
net. We know there's
It's
a
not net.
Oh,
no,
it's not net?
Okay.
It's
Oh,
just
okay.
adding 20 new full-time. Of course, we need it. We need, you know, recurring. We don't want them to fall off, but the goal is to get 20 new ones. Not
Okay.
and next time we probably ought to look and consider that that's 20 net clients versus, you know, but that again, that might be setting us up a little too high because we'd have to get more than 20 new clients to account for attrition,
Right.
which we don't, I don't know that we took that into consideration when setting this goal. So again,
No,
I'm just
because
going
I
back
don't think we've ever even come close to that.
adding
in
20 new
matter
clients in a quarter.
No, I mean, I think the most that we get as far as full-time net, maybe
Maybe
3,
10.
not
3
even.
in a quarter.
No, in a quarter, 10, yeah.
Yeah, in a quarter 10.
Okay, we were a little ambitious when we set this then.
You always want to go back and kind of look what is previous.
Yeah,
Right.
of course. Okay, let's go through these goals then. Transition Kate into integrator role. Kristen, that's still something we're working towards by the end of this quarter to have done.
Okay,
Is that true?
yeah.
Are we on target to getting that done?
I mean, I've only had 1 3-hour call this month.
With her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And, you know, with her, and we kind of went over like your PowerPoint. I thought it was, I mean, they thought it was good too. You know, we went over your PowerPoints and kind of what her role is, and we aren't putting the financial part of it yet because she has so much to do. So we're kind of just, and we'll, I'll have a call with them again next week, you know, a couple-hour call as well to see where they're at, to kind of go back through what we went through and see how we're doing on goals and, you know, how she's fitting into that role.
Sure. Have we transitioned any of the responsibilities over to her name yet?
I don't think we have, like officially. Have we?
should, and make the announcement to the rest of the team so they know whom to
Yeah,
go
they
to
know.
next. Okay.
And they're, it sounds like, I mean, from when I talked to them, that they've been receptive. Is that correct, you guys?
Yes, yes.
Good. All right, create and post 13 videos or reels of recruitment to get more quality applicants. Aylin, how's this going?
We are at 5/13.
Okay, are we going to be able to fulfill this goal?
Yes, because we already have like a social media calendar, what to post every week.
Thank you. Hire 4 ISAs, Aylin.
1 out of 4.
Okay. Implement drip campaigns for leads, a follow-up process in our CRM. Anne.
That's already already being done. I mean, sorry, that's already in the plans. So I think we're like what was the percentage earlier? Like I think 45%.
45% done? Great. Just checking to see whether or not we're on target. Integrate dot loop with our CRM, Anne.
That's a no-go because we found out that this is only good if it's like a contract for properties. It's not gonna work on how what we wanted to get done with dot loop and
Loop only works in real estate.
yep, only for real
Mm.
estate.
Is there another program or system that we want to look at for things like this?
Right now what we did was because the purpose was for housekeeping. So what we did was just we came up with tagging, being able to tag which ones are supposed to be there, which ones are waiting, pending, which should be like put in archive already since it's no longer applicable, and then those that are assigned are tagged and then are uploaded in sync so that it's already with the clients information leads information or clients information as well.
Okay, we were able to fix the problem, but not able to do this
Not with dot loop and sync, no.
integration. Okay. Mark, how about hiring a sales manager?
So I think we were, we kind of, what we really need is we talked about is a marketing, right, Mark?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out, because when we explained it to Kristen, she wasn't too gun ho
Okay.
about it. So we were trying to figure out however we
Isn't it
explain-
Mark is already our marketing manager?
But it's not working.
to get more people, I'm trying to remember when we had this call, what we were talking about.
It wasn't me that wasn't gun ho. It was Anne. Actually, we were looking at conversions, and it's really not the conversion ratio that's bad, Susan. It's the amount of
Leads.
at bats that we're getting.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's where it lied. So it was, and Mark is not making that happen.
Okay. He has a few other things on his plate to do.
Yep.
I could easily see a tweak on this where it's a marketing and sales manager and there's one person.
Yeah, possible.
If that person, all they had to focus was on generating leads, speaking to those leads and converting them.
Yeah,
Yep.
sales and marketing person.
Okay. So are we all on board in hiring that person?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely need somebody to focus on that.
Okay. Do we have an ad out? Have we started this?
We have somebody in training, which was for the sales manager, but we wanted them to go through training before we interview them for a
Okay.
sales manager position.
Sure.
We want to see if they're actually can do any job or take training before.
One candidate possibly right now.
Yeah.
Are we still looking for more?
I would suggest to look for a marketing manager rather than from what I heard, with the sales manager, this person has experience in handling sales, yes, but the question is, can he or she generate the leads to sell to? So it has to be somebody who's good at generating leads first.
Yeah. Can John not be like the marketing manager?
John?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
No?
Where
No.
do our best leads come from?
Relationships.
Conference.
Yeah.
Explain that a little further. How do you build or start those relationships?
So when we're at, different conferences and different events and different networking, different everything, building coaching, my coaching, the people I coaching through, Craig Proctor. I mean, definitely, people referring people, things like that.
So a couple of questions. Do we have a referral process in place? Do we reach out to every person who is a current client, asking them to refer us to someone else?
Absolutely not.
I would suggest and recommend that would be your first attempt. Again, to think about leads that we need or leads that work right now. What is your current best client? Where'd they come from? How'd we get them? Sounds to me like we go out, we speak, we gather people's names, and then we got to talk to them. That's how you build a relationship. So when you went to Ryan's event, did you capture any and everyone who was interested in you with their name, their email, and started a drip campaign to constantly talk to them, to show them why your services are the best, to show why they need them, what they can do for them, how much time it can free them up if you do these things for them? It's funny. Gary and I were sitting in an office in San Diego, and I'm getting ready to make this email introduction as soon as we hang up this call, because I just sent it to them a minute ago. But a client of ours has a $120,000 employee. That's what they make a year, that is sitting in their office clipping videos. Like, that is a waste of their time. Why are you not outsourcing video editing to somebody like your company? Like, to me, I mean, they have the staff, but then she's running out of time, so she doesn't have enough capacity to do the amount that they need. So what they're producing is much smaller than what you guys could do and help them with.
I can't believe they're paying 120,000.
Well,
Just
a
so
little
you know,
bit-
Ryan McGinn said that's the market for video people who just edit
Oh.
videos.
it really is. That's the part that's so it's understandable for somebody US based, because that's the way they feel that can be handled. Now, after seeing your work and seeing what your people can produce, I have zero problem saying they're your solution, and you need to go to them and have them help you with that. The video editing is insane that you're going to continue to do that on your own. So, and I'll make an email introducing Mark to you and the CEO and COO as soon as we're done with this call. But to me, all you have to, first off, ask for referrals. You'll never get what you don't ask for. So ask for referrals from your current client base. 2, you've got to get out and speak on a podcast, on bigger groups. And when you do, have something to be able to capture those people's names, their email addresses, so you can constantly talk to them. We have CRMs on purpose so we can send drip campaigns to say, if you're interested in this service, here's what we can do to help.
And please mute yourself.
Sorry.
But to me, you ought to highlight the fact that you can save them so much time, you can save them so much money, you can do these things for them. Did you know our people can do this? Like, your marketing could be a simple recording of phone calls, so they can hear and understand the language, the conversations that your people can have, because you do have a great team. Highlight that in front of your leads. So again, I'm afraid that you're not capturing all the leads that you could, because you're in places with lots of people. Like, okay, so when Gary spoke on Ryan's stage and had that QR code up there, that QR code, if you opened it, captured their name, their email, and their predictive index score. So then our sales team could take and follow up literally forever with those people, because I threw them in the CRM. I have a year-long drip campaign to explain and tell them what Sharper does. And you've got to continue to capture leads like that and continue to talk to them. So a good marketing manager, I'm assuming and hoping, will help you talk to them after Kristen's brought them in, after Mark's brought them in. Because those are simple landing pages that they can go to fill out information that drops them in the CRM, that tags them, that puts them in with, a follow-up campaign, so we can constantly stay in front of them. I'm afraid that when somebody calls, you have an appointment, you even do a demo, and they say no, what happens to them? Do we just, all right, they said no, but it might come around where they say yes later on. So never let go of somebody who said, yes, I was interested in what you have to offer. They just might not be interested at this moment. So that's marketing sales manager doesn't necessarily need to be outward facing. They definitely need to be very internal and very, very intentional about the message that they're putting out there and how they capture who they're attracting. And so we can continue to talk to them and build that relationship. So again, with that in mind, to me, that's somebody who's really good at building a funnel. That's the type of marketing manager you're looking at. That, something that's got, even using Mark and Kristen's videos to attract people to fill out a form to drop in the CRM. They don't necessarily need to be outward facing or, traveling around the country speaking at events, but they could be scheduling Kristen on podcasts, scheduling Mark on podcasts, explaining and highlighting why, the virtual staffing is the way to go. Again, I love the way that we've transitioned from a VA to the better terminology that people are more accepting of. So all that to say is, what other actions can we do to put this marketing sales manager and ensure that we get that person by the end of the quarter?
Who's working on this?
It says it's supposed to be Mark. What do you think, Mark? Still something we're going to be able to accomplish by this quarter?
Maybe. I mean, we'll try. We'll see what we can find.
Okay. Do we have any ads out there currently for them?
I don't think so.
Can we get an ad posted this week?
Yeah. Yeah, we can get it today.
Awesome. That's a start. All right. Create a dashboard for all ISAs to manage daily KPIs. Aylin, how's that going?
Yeah, we're almost 100% on that. So for rollout, tomorrow.
Great. Could I get you to present that maybe next win meeting, so that everyone can see it and we all understand what it means and what it's going to look like and how you're using it to hold them accountable?
Yeah.
Great. Gather 6 testimonials from clients. Kate, how are we doing that? How are we doing on that?
Yeah,
That's
so
Anne's.
oh, that's Ann. But actually Coach Ann already made a few testimonials. Yeah, right, Coach Ann?
Six,
I think you have 2. How many?
3 out of 6.
3. Okay.
Good.
So
What
what I'm just concerned is that after those testimonials, what happened? Like, are they not
You gave us
posting it yet?
You gave us the process already, right? So it has already been sent to John to have it edited and then post.
Yeah, edit and post, because it's not gonna move if we just ask for testimonial and then what, right? So
Yeah.
Absolutely. And definitely that new marketing manager would know where to put it, how to use it, how to utilize it. Should go on our website, should go on our Facebook, our Instagram, it should go everywhere. So definitely lose the importance of what those testimonials can do for you. Kristen attends 3 podcast interviews.
I have 2.
You have 2. Do you have the next one scheduled?
I have 2 months, right?
Yes, you have 2 months to complete this.
Yeah.
She did one in January and she's doing one in February. So now she's just got to find one for March.
Great. Mark, how about attending 2 events?
Attended one and going to another one in February.
Awesome. I like the update on this. Now, what are we going to do this year? 2023. Let's put 12/31/2023.
So, I mean, I have a lot of stuff, so I kind of want to filter through it, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So the things that I have are, and they're not real as specific probably as they should be.
Okay, we can help with that.
and I don't know exactly, like in real estate, you know, you set your goals and then you backtrack everything, right? You backtrack your numbers. This is different. This is, I mean, I've never done this before. So it's very interesting to me to try to figure it out. So I'm going to put this, in the chat, and then we can kind of like look at it or whatever. And then, do you do personal goals too, or do you just do, how do we do that?
Well, we'll assign them to people at the end, but not, it's
No,
all.
I meant like, so when I look at my, when I look at, and then here's kind of what I'm talking about. So that's like kind of business stuff. And then this is kind of like, you know, some personal and just some things like we need to re-record now that we changed our name, you know, everything was on global, right? When, you know, the vision, and, you know, so we need to redo that, and, you know, redo the website of it. And does that make sense?
Sure. I don't typically put personal goals in on this. Not that I don't, I manage my own goals this same way. I just have a second project board in Asana to help hold it accountable, not necessarily put it in with the business.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense?
then when I really started to break up everything, I thought this was interesting here. If you can see what I just put in.
And what was that?
And we can take that out. So that's how much I'm gone, or I'm each month, how much my time is already taken up. Cause I don't think these guys realize that I got to get out of, if we're going to think bigger and grow bigger, I got to get out of day-to-day operations. And I'm still very involved in day-to-day. And you can just look 22 days, 17, 19, 18, 21. I mean, there's a lot of days that I am
Gone.
Yep.
Are any of these business related or
all of them? If you look at a lot of them, so 52 days are at conferences. 60 days I coach. You know, not 35 weeks, 5 weeks. Health, you know. So anyways, yeah, most of these are business related.
Okay. So to me, again, your role as CEO visionary is the big relationships, is research and development and things like that, which if you're attending conferences, if you're out there building relationships to generate more attention to your business, that's perfect. The problem is you're sitting in roles below that require your time, energy, and effort, which is why we're trying to transition Kate into the day-to-day operations. Whereas hopefully at that point, she can have a 1 time a week or 2. I'd make it more often at the beginning, a check-in with you to say, here's what's going on, here's what's happening, here's what I need help with to move things forward. But then we do relinquish the day-to-day operations to Kate.
And that's where I'm feeling, you know, with all of this. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's a lot, right?
Yeah, that is a lot.
So,
My
and I
calendar looks
feel
very similar to yours.
and so I feel that like all this stuff above here, it's like, unless I'm involved, I feel like it's not going to get done. That's just my personal feeling.
Totally understand. And honestly, what's going to help is today's meeting, because we need you to literally brain dump all the things you see and what you want done. Because now it's time to assign it, put some accountability around it, and ensure that it happens. With Kate leading the charge saying, Kristen wants this to move forward, and here's what we need to get done. Kate, do you understand almost the responsibility we're asking you to take on for the vision Kristen has.
Yes, and I'm getting the bigger picture here now, talking about all of these company needs.
Good.
Yeah, I'm feeling I'm feeling the pressure, actually, to be honest with you.
Good. And honestly, pressure's not a bad thing. Pressure's what creates diamonds. I love diamonds. So it's a good
Yeah.
So, but the whole idea is Kristen would love to literally do nothing more than to get out there, dream up bigger ideas, bigger things to move this company forward. Almost feels a little stifled at times because she doesn't have the team. Okay, this is going to sound harsh and I don't mean it that way, but doesn't have the team to rely on to back up that dream and vision to push forward. But that doesn't mean we can't get there. What it does mean is she needs someone who's taking charge, pushing it forward, and reporting back to her that here's what's going on, here's what's happening. She really should be able to sit on a beach, get a report from you that shows here's what's happening, here's what's moving, here's how we're going forward. And know whether or not it's time to pack up and come home because she's got to focus on it, or relax for a little bit longer because she knows you've got her back. That's kind of what the COO integrator role does, is it allows that visionary to continue to dream, continue to bring big ideas, and just dump that vision and for you to organize it and push it forward.
Yeah, and I consider this work actually as my baby that needs to be nurtured. We just need to have the process and the right people to do it. And
Absolutely.
of course, it's going to be possible.
Yeah, I just have a question for Kristen. So what part of the daily operations that you think you are really still too involved right now?
So for example, a lot of the stuff like bringing in new clients, issues with clients, or situations.
Examples though, she's asked for examples.
Like what
Hey, John,
what
I
can we
talk to you all
do?
the time about videos. Like John and getting Ryan and back and forth with Jocelyn. It's many, many emails every day.
Right. So I think you should be including Kate in that email already. So because right now she doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So that's something that she can already like double check
Integrate.
with John.
Well, then Jocelyn and, she'll come to me and I'm like, John, you need to take this over. Like,
Yeah, but is that,
Yeah.
whose fault is that?
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
so-
whose fault it is.
Yeah, I know, but like you're saying you're involved with it. Well, how hard is it to say, hey, John's who your point of contact?
Yeah, or Kate.
Kate, it's the same thing I tell you with the agents, that I'm like, when you talk to Debbie, you cause more problems than you actually help. So, or when you talk to so-and-so. So that's why, like, we tell you, hey, call Mark, here's whatever, or call John, reach out to John will handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mark, you get nasty with Debbie and it doesn't help. Like even when you were talking to her on the phone, you were getting real short with her and stuff.
We were just with the company yesterday, and we put it on Facebook, so I don't think it's with Left Main, who is a CRM provider. They built a CRM and sell it. And when the company first started, the visionary owner of the business was so heavily involved in every client, every onboarding, every minuscule issue that showed up with the business, she was heavily involved in because it was her baby. She, at that moment in time, did not have team or staff to kind of push it off to. And she felt a complete personal responsibility for the success of her clients, for the success of the product that she was offering. And I am sure, Kristen, that is how it started with you as well. You come up with this idea, you're the point of contact for those people. And truthfully, you're the one out there with the voice, with the videos, with the attention being brought to. So of course they want to reach out to you. It is going to take a breaking of an old habit that you can fix it, you can handle it, you solve it, to push it off to the correct people now who are here and on time to do it. And you're going to, and almost at the moment, we don't have the confidence in our team to take that over. Gary and I struggle with the same problem and did at the very beginning because we were the only people available to talk to. But since we've built teams around us, we've built people we can trust, we built the processes so they know how to handle things moving forward. And they know how to handle it in the way I would want it handled, with the professionalism, with the, the empathy that goes along with our coaching style. They have that same tool and gift as well. So it's just a trust at this moment that things are going to be handled the same way you would want it handled. And we're going to have to continually beat that into people. That sounds bad. I don't mean it beat, you know what I mean? But it's going to take some almost like, restriction from you, Kristen, that says, here's who you go to. I'm connecting you via text, via email to directly solve that problem.
Yep.
And you're going to have to, and it's going to take some time to get that off your plate.
Yeah, it has definitely gotten better, but even like people will reach out and say, oh, can I talk to you? Can I have a phone call with you? Here's a referral. Here's,
Are you still answering all of your emails?
Yep.
Do you have anyone who's helping?
Nope.
Do you want someone to help?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when I'm gone, I mean, it happens, but there, it's through social media, most of it.
So then we either have to allow someone else in our social media accounts to help respond with a service level agreement that says, and Gary has the same problem because his social gets flooded with messages. So our sales team has access to all of his social. And he knows if they don't respond within 1 hour of something coming in, that he's jumping in. And then he's not happy that he's had to jump in, but that is just how his expectations are about those messages. So are you comfortable giving access to those type things?
Well, they already have access.
Then it needs to be very clearly communicated and discussed who is accountable for responding, what that response should look like, how quickly it should be done. And if not, you're jumping back in because you can't stand. For Gary, it's a message notification on his phone he can't stand.
Yeah, I think we need to put something together with that because we don't have anybody, I don't feel that at this point has freed enough time to be able to watch that as much as needed. Because I'm the same way. I get back to people very quickly.
Which in reality, that's what this person's job is for.
Yep.
Because they're there to generate leads. If we're going to use social to generate leads, you have to also respond to those leads when they show up. And if you're creating a lead on social, they're probably going to respond to you on social. They're not going to the website to fill out a form. They're going to respond right then and there. Most people are that way. So then we also have someone in that account to be able to respond to.
Yeah, it really, you're right, because I get a lot of real estate referrals, right? So, and it's email, and then, I don't know why people at our brokerage feel the need sometimes to copy me like Helen did and Debbie does. And, I don't feel.
Those are the only two.
No, that's not true.
Okay. Can't name another.
Joe, absolutely. Yeah.
When's Joe?
They do it on WhatsApp and stuff.
Well, that's
You
WhatsApp.
respond and explain to them, hey, I appreciate the update, but I am flooded with lots of messaging, and unless this pertains to me particularly, could you leave me off? There are ways to ask to be excluded versus included stuff you don't need or want. So it's funny because in the beginning, you're so wanting to help, to provide value, to get attention towards what you can offer. And so then they flood you with everything. And now it's like, okay, wait, we've reached our threshold. We've reached our limit. I don't want to stop helping, but I don't want to be the main point of contact anymore. And you shouldn't be. There's no reason for you to have to be that main point of contact. So bowing yourself out of those things that you don't need to be a part of and expressly explaining to them. So we've got to, what we permit, we promote. When we allow someone to take advantage of our, Gary calls it a mind prostitute. When we allow people to prostitute our time and our knowledge without either something in return or without, a benefit to us, it just becomes this very annoying nag that it's like, hey, I don't want that anymore. So that we've got to set a new precedent and explain and expressly tell them how to interact with us and what to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just saying that, I think we just need to put, like what you're saying is a system and process. And I've gotten better at just like, if somebody, a lot of times when somebody messages me, I send it directly to you guys to take care of. Right. But I get a lot of messages, Aylin, a lot.
So it's, you just need to get clearer with who's responsible for responding, the time frame with which they're supposed to respond. And if they see that it's not, if you see that it's not being responded to, you're jumping in, but you got to let somebody know that you jumped in and you had to because nobody else did.
Yeah. And like with John, guys, you saw those numbers today. I've been asking him and telling him for 2 months what those numbers need to be. And you saw that mess today. That's not good.
Explain it to me. What happened?
So the amount of videos that should be edited, for us to be able to charge the amount that we charge, it has to be very, how many edited videos and everything else, which we've already backed in, needs to happen
Sure.
every single month. And they were 125 videos down for January.
25 videos short.
Mhm.
And how did we not know this early on?
Don't know,
Okay.
because I just asked for it, and I
It's
don't.
not that we were short. Clients didn't turn them in, so we didn't edit. They didn't edit as many.
Sure.
And so then the clients, when they did turn them in bunches.
Sure.
So it was like dead time, bunch. We've got to try to get them done. So we bring in the extra video editor. We get it back down, dead time, bunch. Well, their total numbers are bad. Like it's a low number.
But
And
I've
that's-
already talked to him about it and what he can do during those times, because we need X amount of videos edited every single day. And Mark and I have podcasts, we have webinars, we have tons and tons of stuff where they can be editing those videos, because then I'm like, okay, why aren't we editing? Where's my edited videos? Why, where is this? And they're not doing it.
Okay. So John's a client, I'm assuming.
No, he works for us.
BA.
Oh, he works.
Editor.
He
Okay.
runs the video department.
Okay. So these are videos we want for the company. Is that right?
No, these are basically, they should be able to edit the amount of videos per month. So if they don't have enough from clients to edit, they should be automatically editing. Mark and I have as many as you can imagine to edit. Like they'll never not be able to meet their goal ever.
Makes sense. So do we have a daily goal for them on how many videos need to be edited?
I've told them many, many times. And
Know
this
what
is
that
my
goal
point
is.
of getting involved in day-to-day operations.
Right. And Kate, and we'll be looking at Kate in a moment once we have these questions answered to know that she so
Probably didn't know.
who oversees
She
the
didn't know.
video editor?
Say it again.
Who's in charge of, who's his manager? John's.
I thought it was Mark.
Is that right, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. So does he have a daily goal of how many videos each editor is supposed to edit?
Yes.
And when they don't hit that daily goal, what do we do about it?
Well, I emailed him about it. And then when I saw that one of the days they only did 3 video or 6 videos, whatever it is. And I said, wait, why is he only doing 6? And he's like, oh, well, he was doing other stuff. And then the next day he'd only done 3 again. And I emailed him about that. So then when they came with the monthly, they clearly had been, because I didn't check it every day. Like I didn't check his end of day report every day of that video editors.
Okay.
And so clearly they had been doing that to where they weren't doing 5, 10 a day, like 5 with 2 hooks. They haven't been doing 10 a day.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna have to get managed on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Either we
agree.
turn that accountability over to John, or it's John, right?
Yeah.
And so if John understands that this has to be met every single day, if it's not met, he should be telling you, hey, that wasn't met and why, or how we're going to make that up, or all of that information. Because we should never get to the end of a month and realize we're way behind. We should know that on a daily basis that it was not hit. If not, we're hiring a new editor. We're firing who's not doing it, and we're getting somebody in place that can do it. But they might have a computer issue. They might have internet issue. There might be other reasons that we also have to solve to be able to do that.
This is everything that
have
you
to
just
look at
said.
it.
Everything you just said is exactly what I said this morning.
Okay. But to be fair, is Mark the right person to oversee this? Looking at your travel schedule, I assume he's in some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Is that the person who should be the daily accountability to ensure that this happens if he's not there either?
Well, one of the things is this is a daily number, Anne, that needs to be managed the daily number he needs to bring, right?
Absolutely.
I thought that we had discussed this a month or two ago about that. Like, what's his daily number?
Who are you asking?
Anne.
And
And you look confused. Do you know what we're
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
am confused, like, because I'm normally not part of the meetings with the videos and their numbers.
Oh, I
No,
thought
Kristen
you
is
guys had
asking
a
it's
daily
during the
meeting.
break. It's the break meeting that they should be giving what number, how many they edited,
Oh,
for
okay.
example.
From what I know is that all of them, the video people have to do like 5 a day for the videos. That's what I know.
And so
5 new, 10 total. But what number are they bringing to you every day, Anne?
That one, I mean,
okay, hold on. Did we have a brick meeting today?
Yeah.
What was
Yes.
their number today?
It's on the tracker. We don't discuss it yet. They're supposed to put it directly on the tracker.
No, I thought they were supposed to bring the number to you every day. Aren't they supposed to say it, Susan?
Yes.
How's your brick meeting run every day?
So we start with the positive part, and then we
One
talk
person.
about-
That's it,
Yeah.
right?
yes, and then we talk about like 911s, which ones needs to be dealt with immediately, which ones are just FYI. that
No,
there's an
we
issue
don't. We
with
just do
the-
immediate, right, Susan? Only things that need to be handled today. None of the FYI. FYIs are in meetings, weekly meetings. And then the one other thing that should be discussed, and I've talked
Hold
about
on,
this
Kristen.
multiple times.
Let's let her finish what happens. I want to hear
Yeah.
what happens before we fix what should happen.
Yes, this is something that's I really need to fix, because the tendency is for this meeting is to get, discuss the things immediately to get fixed. So it goes from a 15-minute meeting, and then it goes into a team meeting of sorts. So from break to team. So that's why it came up to, instead of discussing the numbers, or putting the numbers, they just put it on the tracker. But
Okay. So you start with good news. One person does it. You're doing 911. You're doing FYIs. What else? What's next?
and then that's where we normally get eaten up with how to fix the issues, or they start asking questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when do numbers get looked at or reported?
I haven't gotten to that yet. They just put it in the tracker.
Okay.
So
And
yeah,
just understand, putting a number in a tracker, there's zero accountability around that. What has to happen is we need to ask each person what their number is. The accountability of someone having to say, if I'm a video editor and I have to tell you 3, because that's all I accomplished yesterday, shows up immediately because I know my goal is 10. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That alone, change in what you do will help solve the accountability that has to take place. Because what happens when someone says the number 3, your response should be, Susan, I need to talk to you after this meeting.
Mm-mm.
Because you got to find out why it's only 3. It has to be 10. So first off, make sure that is the very first thing we change. Tomorrow morning, what time is your brick meeting?
Every 10:30.
Say it again.
10:30.
Is it 10:30 Eastern time?
Yes.
Can you invite me to that meeting and let me be a quiet spectator?
Sure.
Thank you. I'd like to kind of just watch it, and then I'll give you some ideas or tips on changes on how to change it. Let's go back to what Kristen was saying. This meeting should be 5 minutes long. That is it. We should not discuss issues. We should not solve issues. We should only find out that somebody needs help with something, period. But we're not solving it. We're not discussing it. We are just finding out that somebody needs help with something. So it's good news, one person. It is, I need help with this today, period. What is your number? And my number is, every person around the room, every person on that call should be telling me their number. You should know what that number represents. If they're a video editor and their number should be 10 is what it sounds like. I don't know the right number.
Yeah,
if their
right.
number should be 10 and they say 4, and your next, you should be looking at them to say, I need to meet with you after this meeting, and go from there. And that's the end of it. It's the quickest meeting that should happen in your company, the quickest accountability that we all know we can keep a presence and a pulse on the business, because that number met the goal that we expected. And if it didn't, you're going to jump in. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yes.
So I would highly recommend we adjust, switch, and change what that meeting looks like. And if you're okay, tomorrow morning, I'll jump on and explain how that meeting looks and ask them to adjust right there what that meeting is going to do. So I don't mind running it tomorrow for you. We'll record it so you can have it and keep it. But the idea would be a quick 5-minute check-in on what happened yesterday, what they need help with, and one person shares good news.
Like, need to say something. We used to do that before, like everybody tells their numbers. But some of the members suggested that if they can just put in the numbers.
Because
I didn't
of course.
Yeah.
Of course. If I have to say my number out loud, I have to admit I didn't do my job.
That's what it's all for, Anne, is the accountability.
Yes.
That
So-
this meeting is accountability.
Yeah, because before we used to do that, and then when we recite our numbers, and then like and then what? It's like that. We just recite the numbers, and then what?
It's accountability.
Yes. And again, the accountability shows up when Anne says, Susan, I need to meet with you because your number is, and we don't need to say this in front of everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone, and truthfully, not everyone knows even what their number represents. And that's okay. Somebody has to know what that number represents and has to know what it should be. Because if it didn't meet what it should be, we have to do something about it. Because my question to Susan, when I get on that phone call with her, is how are you making it up and fixing it and getting more so you make up the missed work from yesterday? Or what's going on? Why were you not able to perform yesterday? And that could lead us to problems. We understand that. But that gives us the ability to fix that problem so we don't have the same problem going forward.
And this right here is a perfect example of that problem being fixed a long time ago.
But again,
Because-
sometimes we don't quite understand the reality or the reason why we want someone to say a number out loud. You know what's funny is I have fixed that issue for 4 teams in the last month. Because I asked them, I said, where is your daily number? Oh, it's here in a report. I said, do you look at it? Well, no. I said, well, then how is that helping? What's the point of reporting a number? You're not the only one, guys. It is uncomfortable to have to report a number that makes me look bad. It is. That is for any and every person.
Yeah, or I think it's more on like the task that we do every day, like for the coaches, what would they be reporting? Like TLVA. Okay, I only have like 2 TLVAs yesterday. Okay, and then what did you do the rest of the day? Is that it? Is that
No,
how?
I'm not
No?
asking. No. I'm not saying that's the only thing they do. But what is the most
The most
important
important.
process? What is the
Um,
most important process they perform every day that tells me it's working?
mm, so not really every
No,
task that they do.
I don't need to know everything you did. I trust that you do your job. But I want to know that the process stopped working. Specifically for a video editor, if I'm looking at it and you know what, their answer is 4, they're supposed to be 10, I'm jumping on a call to find out what happened. Maybe they didn't have enough raw videos to edit.
Mm.
Do they realize, remember, and understand they're supposed to now go pull a raw video from this database, this source, to also make up for the fact that they didn't have whatever from a client? If they didn't remember that, that's a great opportunity to teach, train, and make sure they do better the next day.
Yeah.
If it's, you know what, my internet went down and I lost power and service, so I was only able to do that. Great. How do we fix that? Do we need to buy you a booster? Do we need to get you a, you know, whatever? How do we fix the issue that is causing you not to perform the process you're responsible for every day? It's not always, I'm not micromanaging what you do all day, every day. I really am assuming you do your job. But I want to know that our processes in our business are working, and this gives them the ability to say it didn't.
So it's picking the best number that is showing them that they're doing their job every day.
Yeah, right. So for video editors, it's easy to identify because they know you edit, that's your number. For
Sure.
coaching, so they have, let's say in a month, they're supposed to have, let's say 30 TLVAs. So in that, we don't know when that's gonna fall exactly because it's not fixed in a schedule. So sometimes there's a lot in a week, sometimes it's very dry. So how is that going to?
So we need to understand the coach's
Yeah.
process of what they do and identify, how do we understand and know it's not working? So explain to me the coach's responsibility and what they do.
So obviously there's a TLVA. So let's
Tell
say
her,
there's
tell her what that is though. What the, she doesn't know what TL.
oh, sorry. So basically it's a coaching call with the client and the virtual assistant. So it's a touch base, basically once a month for the ones that are already in the program. If it's a newbie, then it's a weekly thing. So let's say everybody's already in the program. So it's a once a month, 30 minutes. So if they have like 30 clients, that's gonna be spread out in a month. And some of them, not all 30 clients would even go sometimes, but the goal is at least
50%.
75 before
No,
80.
75% is the goal.
Okay, 75% is the goal. So so that's just 30-minute meeting. And like what I said, we don't know which part of the week or month it's gonna happen. And
Okay.
then
So hold on,
Uh,
what's the result of that TLVA call?
so that would be like coaching the VA if needed, if there's a need for coaching. But if the VA is doing good, then just monitoring what they're doing.
It's to help identify an issue with the services you're providing.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
the number I would want to know from the coaches, basically maybe rate your TLVA calls. You know, hey, we got a complaint. That's a number 10 because that we got to go fix something. There's, you know, so I want to know any TLVA call with a 5 or less rating. I don't know what your rating is. You might need to figure out that first and take an hour to figure out what a good TLVA call is and what a bad one is. Somebody at this point, you're identifying an at-risk client.
Mhm.
And your coaches have a great insight into that. So I would want them to say, I have 2 at-risk clients. Hopefully their answer is 0. It's okay that their number every day is 0, but it needs to be brought to our attention that there's a problem with the client. You need to know about it. How are we going to fix it? How are we solving this problem? Bring it forward so we know. I'm not saying we don't stop measuring how many TLVA calls that get taken care of and done. Let's look at that weekly, because of the timing of when those happen. Those are weekly. We know that. And monthly, because we need to make sure they're all getting hit.
And
But
then
weekly, it's how many TLVA calls that are a problem client, a problem call, an issue was found. I've got 1 or 2, whatever that looks like.
And then you guys have got to measure the percentages. When I was on top of it every single month, they were hitting 75%. And this is what I'm talking about, having to get involved day to day to make sure this crap happens, because you know, this needs to happen, guys, because we know that if we catch this and we can hop on a call, they can let us know there's an issue and we can fix it. When we don't have the calls, we can't fix it. And then that's when we lose clients too.
So Kate, this is part of being the integrator, what we need you to hold accountable. You don't have to attend those calls. You don't even have to fix the issues when they show up. But we have to know that there are issues, that people aren't making those calls, that people aren't attending those calls. Because we've got to put a plan in place that says that has to happen. So the stoplight report, when it is not meeting the goal, has to be held accountable. If 75% of calls is what we're expecting to attend, let's break that down per week. How many of those every week that have to be hit to make sure we get all of those done? Any questions about that from you, Kate?
Yeah, I'm getting the picture. So basically, I think that's major thing that we're not tracking right now. How many clients are at risk based on the TLVAs? I think they're not rating it even with ISAs. We do not do ratings. So if we can identify that, I think there's more structured reporting of numbers every break meeting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And then the thing, and this is where I talk about, you know, I feel that, and it's my fault, guys. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying it's my fault because the things that I just put in here, like where I say that I don't, unless I'm involved, it's not going to get implemented or happen. And that's definitely not Kate. I mean, I would expect more of Anne and Aylin helping this at first, you know, because Kate's been with us by far the least amount of time. And she's learning a lot in a short amount of time. So, but the thing is these numbers are important. And the reason why people don't get on a TLVA call is because they do not see the value in the call. They just don't see it. So how can we show value in the call of helping the VA and helping the team leader in these calls? Because when we show value, people will show up. And when we don't, that's when they want to blow us off. So that's just a big thing. And tracking it. And I mean, I think that Aylin and Kate, you're doing, it sounds like to me, and I don't know exactly with measuring it and everything else, but it sounds like to me, you guys getting more involved with the ISA stuff, we can really grow that through other people. But why are we not getting, when you don't get a ton of referrals in ISAs or a ton of referrals in something, and we're asking for referrals, which I think needs to be obviously put in a lot more, that shows us that we got to get those referrals, right? From current clients. You know, this upcoming conference, now there's only 200 people, so it's not like whatever, but this upcoming conference in Cancun is the first time that we have ever actually had a booth at Craig's event. Now, why? Because they didn't want us to promote something that they're always afraid that people, and I get it, that people will stop paying for coaching. Okay. So they're concerned and not wanting, obviously, the people to hire somebody at $9 or $10 an hour that could make them stop coaching. So they want to make sure that they're making enough money. Does that make sense, Susan?
Yeah, they're not wanting to cannibalize their services and by giving it to somebody else.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I totally get it.
So
But-
do I.
Yeah, don't make it a competing product. Make it a product that runs
Right, well,
alongside what they have.
and we don't. And so
Yeah.
anyways,
Do you have the capability of capturing every person's name, email, phone number when you're there?
well, that's what we gotta, we do a decent job, Mark, but we need to, literally everybody we talk to, we need to get information. How can we do that?
So, because what did the first, not this last time, but the time before, is we would get them to watch QR code to scan a video, and then we would remarket them. So like if they watch 3 seconds, we got their QR code, but we never actually got their info. So then this time we'll edit whatever we said. I forget what we said. Free video edits if they joined a call on a Monday. But this time we should probably just do name, email, phone number, and we'll edit 5 videos or whatever Ryan said. Pineda. Like, don't even make them get on the call.
No, the more complicated you make it to give them. Okay, so most people feel their email is worth about $25. In other words, you have to provide $25 worth of value to me for me to give up an email that I'm actually going to look at or respond to. To give up anything more than that, your value should be much higher. Now, I do agree 5 video edits is a pretty high value. But for you to say, I need your time to watch a video to be able to get that, most people are going to blow it off and never do it. And I would prefer give away 1 video edit. Or not even give away. Here's how I would recommend, or here's the structure with which to video edit. Make it not costly to your company. Make it a video they can watch later after you've got their information. So then you can email Drip Campaign, talk to them forever. So I don't think it needs to be as high value as 5 video edits, because that is a lot of value. But it should be, here's our 10 tips on video editing. Here's what we recommend. Make it complicated so they want you to do it versus them doing it themselves. But get their information before you give them something.
So
But
how, the
what they
big thing
get-
is, what can we offer for them? For every person that we talk to get their information.
So again, you have to think about what it is they want. If they want video editing, here's the top 10 social media tricks, tips, ideas, suggestions on video content.
How about video
That's a quick
analysis?
bullet point of what that is. That's not super overwhelming. If they want help with ISAs, here's a great ISA script. Here is the best cold calling tools we've used. Here's whatever you make it something that's like, here's what you could go do yourself, or, hey, we follow up and do that for you. That should be the caveat. Hire us. And number 10 is hire Stamp staff and we will do all of that for you. Every single one of those should be hire us. We do it for you. A little nicer said than that. But have a brochure or a QR code for every product you have. You need help. You need to find 10 hours a week, hire an admin who can help with your email, who can help with your scheduling, who can help with things like that.
So what we need to do, guys, right away, so we can have this for Cancun, is we need to create a list or a toolkit for that we can have at the conference
For
to
each
capture their
product.
information. Huh?
And for each product you offer.
Yep.
And Anne, I like your suggestion, but I would not don't make it time intensive for you. It should be just
Okay.
something you create,
Yeah.
you have, and it's done.
Yep, something like 3 to 5 things that for the, like say they send the video, oh, your lighting is off, your should be like too far, you're too near, your voice is not loud enough, something like that.
But
And
that
then
is
here's
time
the-
and so what you're suggesting, how about free video analysis? We'll give feedback on a video they will submit. You're now asking them to do something for you so you can give them something back.
Yeah, I think we should have, if you're doing videos, here is a list, tips that you should look at. If you are looking at ISA, here's a list of tips that for you, you know, for each, like she's saying, we need a toolkit for each, like a list for each of those things. Do you guys understand?
This is to be given once they give up their info,
Yes.
like a free report sort of thing.
They should be able to scan. How do you guys have it set up where they can scan and they can get it?
You scan a QR code, you enter your name, phone number, and email, and then it gets emailed to them, the whatever it is we're giving away. It's called a lead magnet. All of those things are called lead magnets. It's like, what is going to get, you know, attract me to what you have to offer, and I'll give you some information to get it. Does that make sense?
Yep, it's like how they do the free reports.
So what I need is you guys, and actually, I would like you and to work with whoever to get this done by next week.
My
What do you call-
recommendation or suggestion is that it is at least 10 points of information per product.
10 points info per product.
Yep.
What do we call this?
You can call it a lead magnet, but it's, you know, it's an advertisement for your services, but it's basically explaining to them what they need to go out to do it. But the caveat is number 10, we can do all of that for you. Call and ask us how, or schedule an appointment on how, with the link to schedule an appointment.
Do you understand that, Ann?
Yes.
So work with Mark and whoever else you need. Have it done by the meeting next week. So please create that, Aylin. And then basically for everything that we offer, you're gonna, like at the top, toolkit for videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what we recommend. And then, or we can do it for you. Schedule a call. Like Susan said, number 10, schedule a call of, here's a link to schedule a call to see how we can help you.
To discuss how we can do this for you. Yeah. And then from there, they should be getting an email every 2 to 3 days, either providing one more tip or, hey, you know, are you still struggling to get content consistently? Are you doing this? All of the questions, all of the videos, you already have the content. Just put it in a drip campaign that you're going to talk to them now for forever.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is if we're having people do videos, couldn't we just set up our tripod right there and just film them right there and then send them an edit to them? Because that way we'd have to get their email to send them back the edited one. So if they're at our booth, like, you know how Luis for Ryan McGinn asked questions to get the
The problem, Mark, though, is a lot of people will be standing around and they will leave while this is all taking place.
And honestly, I think, again, you're asking them to take, I'm horrible at last minute videos. I can't do it. I have to prepare, take time. You're going to get people like me who need your services, but who hate on the spot video recording. And you're now making it heavily operational on your company. Whereas I think you could do this and now it's free to get a lead. Leads should not cost you that much when you're providing enough value. And in my opinion, you are. But each of these things that becomes a postcard that you have at your booth. So now, even if they don't sign up right then and there, they take it with them. You're interested in video, social media content, take this postcard. Again, here's our top 10 tips. Scan this QR code and we'll put this in your email. Scan or we'll highlight or go in more depth on each of these points. To me, those are videos you guys should probably make. So those video campaigns, video content continues to feed and talk to them.
Yep. And the thing is we don't have anybody who's creating drip campaigns. Now, I think that Kate and, you know, I don't know exactly who's doing what, but I think they're making calls and doing a pretty good job at call follow-up. But besides that, I don't feel that a lot's
Yeah,
being done.
and what's hard about that is calls require time of your prospect customer, which so sometimes they just ignore it and never talk to you. Require time of you, require a lot more money. Whereas an email campaign, they'll open it when they get it. I don't ever want to stop talking to them. Email campaigns are coolly built that even on the end, it's like, here's all of our social platforms. Go follow us. So now you're attracting more social following, so then they can get talked to in that manner too. It should do all of those things for you. A good marketing manager will do that. I think you're just missing that person here. They need the whole understanding of how to generate a lead, talk to that lead, follow up with that lead, get them to schedule a call, and retarget them on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
Okay. That went a long-winded roundabout issues that we have currently going on, whereas we're here to set goals for the year. So I like the banter back and forth because I do know and understand it helps us get better. But I don't know if there's just too much going on that you're frustrated or feel is not working right now. So Kristen, I feel free to bring us in sooner. If you have a problem, here's something you've identified and you need some help or coaching with the rest of the team, give us a call. Let us know what's going on. So we can jump on a call like this and hit a topic or a point to help you overcome what's going on. I've already noticed and seen the daily brick meeting. That's a tweak that I think immediately fixes lots of problems. That is, a marketing idea or suggestion on how to capture leads when you're out speaking. All of that should be happening. So those were just quick issues that you're having that I think we can help with some insight if you need it.
Well, and if you guys create these, I can be using them with everybody I'm talking to as well.
And you should. Because those also become lead magnets for social. And your next 10 videos are all of those points. Each video then goes in an email campaign. Reuse your content. The videos that you're making should go in email drip campaigns. Should be, the QR code at the bottom of it, or a link at the bottom of it so they can click on to get more information. Yeah, I think you're just missing a marketing manager who has the full understanding of how to use what you currently do for leads without having to spend money on ads. You already have a crowd. You just aren't capitalizing on the crowd you attract. Make sense?
Yeah, I feel that I'm out there capturing relationships and credibility and some leads and doing all of that, and then it's kind of like this.
Yeah. Well, you're counting on them following up with you versus you following up with them, which is not a very sustainable way to grow. Because also at that point, they're now talking to you and only you versus your team and your company and your follow-up people or your marketing people. They're talking to you. All right, let's take a stab at revenue for the year. Do we have
I think the 20% above last year should be the goal. And I think we did 2.1.
So our goal was actually less than 20% increase. Our goal was 2.4. Our goal was only like a 15% increase. That's how you got to 200,000 or 600,000 for a quarter. That's 200,000 a month.
I really feel that we should be at 20%. I mean, with us white labeling like Ryan, and I want to get another.
Don't disagree with you, Kristen. It was just we set it at 2.4. I mean, we didn't hit it the first two months.
Yeah, I think it should be 2.5.
We can put that there and readdress this at the end of March to see if we're on target to meeting it. Okay. If that's 2.5, what are some measurables that make up that amount of money? Is that a number of clients? Is that a monthly recurring revenue? What does that look like?
I think it's recurring revenue. I think it's revenue.
Okay. What is
Because their clients are different, right?
what would that be? That would be over 200K a month. If we're going to hit 2.5, we're going to have to be more than that by the end of the year. So the goal will be to my suggestion would be, it sounds like it's going to be like 300K monthly recurring revenue by the end of the year. Because we're going to ramp up to get to that 300 and have to be at 300 by the end of the year.
Yeah. And I don't think that that's really, I mean, we're at, what did you say, Mark? 180?
Well, yeah, we averaged 180 the first 2 months. We're at 183,800 for February, but we haven't gotten everybody's money in, I don't think. So we'll probably be closer to 190.
Okay. To increase that by 110, what is that going to take? Is there an average?
If we're doing more white labeling. So for example, I feel that with Ryan, that we will build 300,000 to 400,000 just with him. By the end of
By
the
the
year.
end of the year
Yeah.
per month? Or just
total.
oh,
Which
I
is
was
which is the growth that I'm talking about.
I got that part, but we were talking about monthly, so that's why you lost me.
But I'm saying that growth should not be hard to get. Like, I don't even think we're thinking big enough there. Does that make sense, Susan?
Yes, but it's hard to tell. Okay, I'm definitely the more conservative type. It is hard to predict that without some history of knowing what that looks like. How long
Yeah.
have you had this white label product with Ryan?
2
1
weeks.
month.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many clients have we gotten from it yet?
8.
8.
Okay. That's a great start. I wouldn't, I'm the type that doesn't count my chickens before they hatch. That's just me. So I love the enthusiasm and the
So that is just in 2 weeks. That is $50,000
that's awesome.
in a year period of time.
That's great.
But we're
So-
talking 300 for the year and them lasting the whole year. And him not all of a sudden flip into some other VA company that says, oh, well, they can do it for cheaper.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will. He's not going to find somebody to do it cheaper. That ain't going to happen.
He's
Unless
a pretty
he wants-
standout guy too, though. I mean, we're
What'd you
working on it. I said he's a pretty standout guy. We are working on a deal with him right now as well. So I do trust him, which is rare for me to say about a lot of people. Okay, so the goal is to get to, we're not going to start or have 12 months of 300 monthly recurring revenue. The goal is to get us there by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Everything you put on this list, Kristen, is not going to take us a year to accomplish. That doesn't mean we don't want to do it. That doesn't
No,
mean,
right. Absolutely. I agree with that.
okay. And some of them are a little vague, which is fine.
Right.
We're going to fix those. Let's quickly run through them. I really do have to get off in 30
Yep.
minutes and have another
Yep.
call. So
Yep.
one more white label client, fully agree. Think that's a great idea. Going to help us get to that 300K. Marketing manager, also, I think it's obvious and evident at this point, that's a desperate need. I would suggest this person could somewhat fulfill sales as well. They could be.
No, I agree. I like what you said. And then when they develop that department, Kate, and they're getting busy, then they hire somebody to take over part of what they're doing.
Yeah. But to me, your marketing should be a lot of automation. should not have to heavily involve like a lead management at this point. I mean, yes, we're going to have to schedule calls and get on the phone and talk to them and sell them, but everything to generate that lead and follow up with that lead should be automated. So Remax presentation, that's not going to take us a year to get done. When
No.
does this need to get done by?
So Mark, basically, he's a mess, but he owns 4 Remaxes
Okay.
and they do a lot of business. That each agent, I think their average is a couple 100,000. So, and he has 100 agents. That's why, and Kate's doing a really good job, but she shouldn't be the one eventually doing that. Because she makes calls for him 5 hours a week. But we didn't have, so he wants to basically, Susan, offer this to all of his agents, our services.
Is he a potential white label client?
Well, he doesn't even, I feel that he should be. He doesn't necessarily want to make the money, but I feel that he should, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
He just wants to offer services to his agents.
sure.
But
So-
I feel that he could actually, their company could benefit from it, if that makes sense.
So is he asking each of these agents to pay for those services?
Yeah, he's offering them to them as packages that we offer.
Okay.
But I don't feel he's really doing it at the,
At the right level.
Mhm.
It makes sense. But first thing I would say is, can I have all of their names and emails so I can send them information about what we have to offer?
He's local. So I would love to just even, go to his go to a meeting or show him.
So that's a network more locally suggestion.
And then
But wait, do you have time to do that?
to go and set something up like this, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. But I want to make sure we're doing an amazing job for him and they love us. And that's the reason why I wanted to make sure that the weekly calls are being done and that he's really happy with our services. And then that I can go and Mark actually can go and talk to his agents. And then we can also follow up and respond and et cetera to it.
Yeah, to me, this is just a networking event you're going to host with the idea of going in, intentionally going to capture data to go back and talk to them and about them. Make sense? I don't know that you're going to convince him to take on the expense of what you do to provide it for all of his agents.
No. He's not going to take that on. I would rather him white label it, right? But I don't think he wants to, because he's still in production. So I don't think he wants to do that, to figure that out.
Could you not figure out for him what that white labeling would look like?
Yeah, we could.
And then I would present that to him to see if he's interested. And if that's a no, it's like, hey, that's fine. Could we come meet with all of your agents?
Yep. And how are we doing for them, guys? So that's, yes.
Okay. So
I think there's a lot of opportunity that we're missing with him is what
agreed. But to me, this is a sub bullet of how many more local meetings are we going to host this year? Because he's just a lead. That's what he is. He just, have identified him as a high level lead. So higher networking more locally. How many times are you going to go to a networking event locally?
I don't know, because if I'm putting all the work together to do it, I don't know.
Okay. So this is an idea we have. Does this need to go on our annual goal?
Maybe quarterly, right? Just like the podcast or whatever is quarterly.
Yeah, but those all add up to an annual. Because
Yeah.
in reality, it's 12 events a year or 12 podcasts a year. One a month. Do we want to commit to something like this? This is where it
Not
gets
one a
hard.
month. That's definitely not one a month.
This is where it gets hard because you're already doing this. You're just doing it on a national level versus local. I would almost at some point squeeze this into your rotation of what you're doing nationally. If you feel this is a priority, are these the biggest fish in the sea? Is this the way you're going
I
to
feel
get?
there could be a lot. of opportunity there.
Okay. Well, so then either we hire a sales guy who can do that locally for you.
I can go and do it. I don't mind doing it. It's setting it all up and talking back and forth. Like, I don't mind, hey, this is go.
Okay, then let's do this. The marketing manager is going to take on this goal in when and if we hire them.
Mhm.
Because his goal will be to generate leads. How we currently do that is Kristen speaks. So that means you're going to have to schedule Kristen to speak, which means you're going to have her prepared with what she's going to speak, what she's going to present, and the collateral she needs when she gets there. But your marketing manager does that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
I'm not deleting this. I'll move it down below because that's just a goal of what the marketing guy is going to do when they get here. Makes sense?
Yep.
Content writer. Is this a content for us?
Well, that's really a content writer for the marketing that needs to be sent out in the emails and the drip campaigns. And that's again, marketing manager, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
That person should come with some experience in doing this. I don't know that you need to hire a second person
Right.
or outsource it. It's like once you get the message of what that is, it just hit repeat. Copy paste. Work with Kate more on integrator. So
Yep.
the goal is to have Kate fully transition into integrator, which we have as this quarterly's goal.
Mhm.
So Kristen, I need you to start identifying the tasks she's going to start taking over and letting her do it. That is already on this quarter's goal. More VA product options. What does that mean and what do we need to do?
Well, that obviously would be somebody else, but that's, like right now we offer, the packages. What else can we offer with our VA products? For example, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so that is more the visionary's role is to research and develop what a new opportunity could look like. So do we want to identify one new product offering?
Yeah.
Okay. Process for 20% sales growth. That's the measurables up ahead above.
Yep.
Figure out why people aren't making videos and drop services.
So that's with our, like, we had 68 packages. Now we have 51 or something. Like what's going on there?
Meaning we've lost clients.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because they're signing up for videos and then they aren't doing them.
Yeah, because people are lazy. That would be why, a very big reason why. Do you have the capability or the relationship that says, hire this person, they'll come out to you and shoot the videos?
Well, that's maybe a product that we might.
That was the product that I had brought up, and Kristen was like, well, whatever. We didn't want to talk.
You know Jetro, who's in Orlando? He's in Tampa. Jetro, I don't know what is his last name. But that's what he does. He is the guy who flies to you and videos for you. So there might be an affiliate relationship there, or you're going to hire your own, contractors to be able to go out and do that. Jetro. Oh, it's Jetro Jean-Claude. Anyway, he might be a relationship that you would do. But yeah, that honestly, the reason they aren't making videos they're not giving you videos is because they don't make them. They don't make it a priority.
Because what we were talking about was we actually weren't going to fly there. We were going to do it how Ryan Pineda does it with Ryan McGinn, where they just do it over Zoom.
Okay.
So Ryan sets up the camera, and then Luis and Ryan McGinn are in the background kind of feeding him the questions.
Sure.
To get the product out and then they know where to get it. So that's
I think that's something we can look at, by the end of the year. I don't want Ryan to think that we are competing against him, which we wouldn't, because we're white, he's white labeling us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I was talking more, so yeah, I wouldn't do it with Ryan's people. I was talking more like the
Oh,
Craig
of course you
Proctor
wouldn't do it with
people.
Ryan's people because we compete with him if we were doing it with his people.
Okay, can I finish or do you want to interrupt
Yes.
again? So what I was talking about is because the majority of the video people that quit are Craig Proctor people.
Hmm.
And so that's why I was
Are they
saying
stuck? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but are they stuck in figuring out what video to make?
Yep.
Do you have a 120 or 50, at least 52 ideas on what videos to make?
Well, Craig has, so what they're with Craig Proctor. So we literally go to Craig Proctor's site
Yeah.
and Craig has literally thousands with hooks and we show them how to do it. We've done it. Todd just did it on a call too, to show them too. Like, here's your video. It's just an ad or it's just an offer. Like
Yeah.
where it breaks it all down for them. And like we've gone through. So, I mean, I guess we could email them.
I wonder if you could charge a little more for this product. And the minute they sign up, and maybe it's only an onboarding fee, when they sign up to for these services, you send them the tripod you recommend, the light you recommend, the list of all of the videos, and here's proper makeup or to make yourself feel and look good, how to do it, and schedule a time, again, giving them tips on how to be successful in doing it versus leaving it up to them to figure out. So if you charge $500 extra, you spent $100 on sending them prep stuff, made them feel a little more bought into making this a dedicated, consistent thing that they have to do. And a reminder of, hey, videos are due here. It's 3 weeks out. Have you started? Do you have your list? Do you know what you're going to wear? Do you, being silly, but I'm a woman, so it makes sense to me. All the things that they should do, and feedback from their last videos. Hey, you were too close. You were too loud. The lighting was off. Do it at a different time of the day. Pick a different room. Change up your background. Giving them tips on keeping them engaged in the process of actually filming the video.
So would that,
You could have to charge more.
Sure.
But would it be one time or would it be monthly? So like each
It would have
month?
to be monthly.
Well, I would say your onboarding is a bigger charge, but your
Yeah.
monthly, it's literally just feedback from the videos that we edited. And there's 5 things you're looking for: the sound, the quality of the video, the lighting, the way they looked, and maybe their background. To me, that's easy. And your video editor should know these things weren't quite where we wanted them to be. Here's what I recommend you do next differently on the next time. And again, automation. You're a client. Every 3 weeks, you're getting sent prep for next month's topics and videos, suggested topics. Make those again, here's 100. We're going to give you 10 this month, 10 next month. You need 120, so you can give them 10 different ideas every month. I don't know your number, but whatever number we need them to make, here's topics, suggestions.
So
Period.
John was sending him stuff, but he would have to get it from me, which I don't know why it has to come from me.
It doesn't. It needs to be the same stuff every time. If you're in real estate, here's our suggestion. And intersperse real estate with, it's March, so St. Patrick's Day is coming. I don't know, April Fool's Day is coming, whatever it can be. Maybe you send that out quarterly or monthly or whatever that looks like, of topics that they can do. And have we used Chat GPT?
No.
Do any of your clients know how to use that? Okay, we're recording this, so I'm going to show it to you because it's the most amazing thing in the world. And I would highly recommend you send this to them on how to use it. Chat GPT. Log in. I'm not trying to take time on this, but I think this is a huge help. I don't recommend we repeat word for word what Chat GPT tells us because it is obviously AI. Sounds good. Chat GPT. We're going to start a new chat down here. Real estate leads. That was probably a dumb subject, but it tells it is typing for me what I should talk about, what I should hit on, what I should say, all of the things. And all I did is give it my topic, and here's information. Now, the goal would be to now add your content to it, but it gives you a great start on how to what points to hit or what points to do. If I go to this one, so stay focused and meetings help you stay focused. That was the topic I wrote in. Here's what they said. Here is the topic I wrote in. Here's what they said. It's just giving me the ability to come up with some content that I can tweak, add my own nomenclature to, and without feeling stuck because I don't know what to say. And it's free. ChatGPT is free. So to me, these are tools, tricks, tips you should give your clients to say, because again, we want them to be successful, but their frustration could be that they're not prepared. They don't know what to say. They don't know what topic. They don't know how to come up with it, or, you know,
All of
the tool.
exactly what their problem is.
Yeah. Or they don't have the tools to do it. So you be the expert and tell them and show them and give them the tripod, give them the lighting, give them the things that they need to be successful in this. Make sense? So to me, that's a new product offering. It's like, and I don't even know if that's new. I think that should be what you always do for a video client. You know, charge $500 extra so you can spend $100 on Amazon to get them a tripod, a light, and, you know, I don't know what else tool wise that they need, but a feedback loop that says, here's how your videos look. Here's what we recommend to change and do different. And here's topics, and a way for you to go enter your topic or come up with your own topic and get some talking points from an automation that's super easy to use.
The other one is answerthepublic.com.
Okay.
And no, but that's a different, you know, where they can put in a question, you know, what are the
But ChatGPT or whatever she just said gives them ideas to talk about, where the other one just gives you
The answer.
like what she's saying is you go to use yours, get the question, and then you type the question in the chat GPT, and then you use both of them.
Sure.
Because in that way it gives you not necessarily what to say specifically, but it does give ideas of the direction.
Well, one of the things I did see, but it cannot come from me, is when you do give them a list, and I don't know why John can't research it or somebody else, of topics, they do quite a few of those topics, Mark.
Yeah, so John just needs some more training on how to find or identify what those topics are. Or again, your niche is real estate. Here's the 100 topics. They're the same 100 topics we give everyone. We just send them 10 at a time. And again, automate all of that. Your drip campaign should go to your current clients as well. A current client should be dropped to at least every 2 weeks with, here's your upcoming, you know, so spread it out. Here's the beginning of the month email that goes out. It's templated. It's, you know, the first email because it's their first month with you. Here's how you set up for recording. Here's how we make sure the lighting's right. Here's, you know, put some makeup on so it's not shiny. You know, again, don't make it overcomplicated or feel overwhelming to them, but you provided all of the tools to them to be successful in this product. All they have to do is follow your instructions. That still doesn't mean they're going to read it or do it, but at least you've done your
actually quite a few of them do it. So, you know, if they're Craig Proctor, you pull it out from the, you know, whatever, 10 from the website. I don't.
But again, now we put John, give him empowerment to say, I need you to come up with 100 topics for real estate. Bring them back to me. And those same 100 topics, we're going to divvy up 10 at a time, and you're going to send them out for videos, suggestions on how to create and what videos they make. Charge a little bit more because your onboarding is now going to include a gift. And the gift is the tripod, the lights, whatever else they need. And
a lot of them already have that.
Again, you can always use more, make it a travel one. Our tripod is like this big, and it comes with a ring light.
This is the best one going. It's better than the full ones. This little bitty travel thing. It's like
I'm upstairs in the office. Our downstairs office has it, but our travel tripod has a ring light, and your phone goes in the middle of the ring. So now the lighting travels with me too, which is kind of nice. Anyway, that was off on a tangent too, but another way to make that product successful is give them the tools they need and show them how to do it. And then maybe affiliate wise, find somebody who's willing to go travel to them and push record, because you might even suggest, like for Gary and I, the videos we sent last month, Gary and I spent one afternoon and recorded all of them in one session and gave them and then turned them over.
Look at this.
What is it?
Jocelyn asking to re-edit somebody's video.
They're asking you?
Mhm.
Okay. Who is her video editor and does she speak directly to them?
Yeah.
Who is she supposed to ask that information from, Kristen?
John.
That's what we're all. Okay, did she email John too and you were on
No.
it?
No, she's texting.
So why
Right.
didn't you tell her?
Somehow you have allowed and handled that in the past in that manner. So she's going to continue that way. You have to now teach and train them where they're supposed to go. So I thank you for letting me know that this is a need of yours. Here's whom you're going to respond to. I will forward it today, but in the future, please reach out to John to get that cared for, or whoever it's supposed to be. And how she's supposed to reach out to them. It's going to take time to retrain people who are used to coming straight to you. Okay? Did I lose you?
No, yeah.
Okay. All right. I have 9 minutes left. I'm very sorry, but what we just talked about, we recorded. I'll send this to you to make sure that's captured so we can fix and address that problem. Bonus bucket includes all team VAs and if reach gets paid out when goal is reached. This is an idea for bonuses.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to figure that out.
So we need a bonus plan in place.
Mhm.
Okay. My recommendation and suggestion is ask Kate to take a stab at it. Can you put together what a bonus plan could look like? Get it approved. Implement a bonus plan. Meet if meet certain goals, bring certain leadership coaches to the US. That's part of the bonus plan. Make sense? Better accountability for team VAs and leadership. All of that is KPIs. All of that is now getting turned over to Kate as the integrator. So that's what's going to happen. Retention process to keep more clients. What have we identified why they're leaving and what product they leave the most of?
They leave the videos. The video bundles are the ones they leave the most.
Okay. So if we fix maybe the upfront onboarding, the continuation of, and again, you're not going to retain that 100%. I'm sorry, you're just not. Does that make sense?
Yep.
But what we just talked about is a good implementation to put in place right now. So I would fix the onboarding and the constant communication to our clients. Professional development for leaders and all right, I'm down to 7 minutes. Let's look at these. What else needs to be considered for a year-long goals? ISA mentorship and VA mentorship, what does that mean?
That's just a product that I was thinking. So you can just take that out because that was just a product that I was thinking.
Okay. Leaders better growth without waiting for direction. That's going to take some time until we get leaders in place. And that's going to be Kate stepping in to take your vision and implement down to the team. Create more VA connections. What is that?
More VA connections?
That's what it says.
I don't know. I don't remember. Sorry.
Better at KPIs and daily numbers. This is in the works. I'm going to attend tomorrow's call and we're going to work it from there.
Yeah.
Better
and better
tracking. It's all about those KPIs and how we're managing them once we get them. Completely get out of all day-to-day operations. Again, that's taking Kate, putting her in place, which is happening this quarter. Why hire us?
You know, just like a tool, I don't know, like, you know, marketing,
Marketing collateral.
mhm.
Yep. And honestly, to me, your new marketing things about each product that you have to offer and the 10 points as to, you know, what those are. And hey, we can do this for you. That's what those are, which we're going to do this week. What's included when hiring us? Show more value. Yeah, again, part of marketing is not marketing issue, but the marketing person will step in to take care of these. Referral process in place, asking for referrals. This I think you need to fix like right now. This is a to-do.
They need to, I think, get on a call and make that happen immediately with the
It should
coaches.
be after the end of every TLVA call. Hey, do you have anyone just like you that you would, you know, could recommend to us that we could help, you know, with the services we provide for you? That's a great one because it's right there in the moment. Also an email campaign that does it too. Drip campaigns. I can't stress enough how much these help save time and money to your current client base, to your lead base, to everybody and everything. And it sounds like those are in the work for leads, but when your marketing manager gets here, this is something we want his help with to also for operations, for us to talk to all of our people all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Capturing people's interest at conference, getting all their info. Again, we've addressed that. We're fixing that issue right this week. Looking for someone that can use a funnel, schedule us on podcast, drip campaigns, why virtual staff. Yeah, again, this is your marketing guy or gal. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Referral process, we're going to make that as a to-do. Let's talk about this one. Professional development for leaders and myself. Do you have any courses that you want to take? Do you have books that we're currently reading? How do we want to implement this?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Okay. Could we have a development plan for all leadership team in place and completed by the end of the year?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we need to put something together.
And Kristen, I'm not looking and asking you to do it. This is why we want Kate to step up and help as the integrator, as the COO. Kate, could you look into a book that's going to help us all become better professionals in our field? And I would start with like a book club for, you know, once a quarter, it's a book we review, we learn, and everybody brings to us what they learned, how they're going to implement it, and what they can do to improve themselves.
Can do a research for that.
Great. Okay. So we have some goals. I'm not 100% sold on these, and there's not a ton of time to do this, but this next quarter, at the end of this quarter, we're going to review this, confirm that it's in place, and see if there's something we might have missed. But we want to get a revenue of 2.5 million. We want by the end of the year to have 300,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Add one more white label client. Who is accountable for adding this client?
I am.
Yes, because you are in charge of big relationships. Who is accountable for hiring the marketing manager? Who is the COO?
Hey,
I am.
Typically accountable for hiring. That does not mean you don't utilize other people on the team to help you get this done, but I would give the accountability of it to you because they're going to report to you. Are you willing and able to take that on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Identify one new product offering. This, in my opinion, can either come from operations or Kristen. I can see a fight for either of those two people. to take this to take this goal on for the year?
I think Mark should bring recommendations.
Do we want Mark accountable for identifying this product?
What's that?
Do we want Mark accountable for identifying a new
So I
product?
get to choose it, or
Yeah,
I just get to bring it.
you get to choose, or no,
Oh,
you get to bring it.
Bring
Oh.
and choose.
oh,
You
bring
get to
it.
bring it
Oh,
to the leadership team, because then we have to disseminate it through the integrator to implement it.
And to see if it's gonna work. I mean, some of
And
the
do
stuff
some
that he's doing,
testing,
we
sure.
don't have the people to do what he wants.
Yeah. Mark,
but
are you?
I can bring ideas all day.
Awesome, thank you. A bonus plan. Who is accountable for making sure this happens this year?
You said Kate.
This is also the COO.
Yeah.
Kate, are you willing and able to take this on?
Yeah, okay.
Now,
Sure
this
thing.
doesn't mean
And-
there will have to be some permissions of, finances there. There will
Of
have to
course.
be, you're going to bring a plan to get approved before we implement what that looks like. Make sense?
Yeah, but I think I need to think first how to bring in money before we can start executing those
Bonuses.
bonuses.
Agreed. But you might reward someone for retention, because that brought in
Detention. Yeah.
that,
Yeah, retention, that could be one. Yeah.
let's identify what it is that we need to have happen so we can then bonus on top of it. That's what I'm looking for you to give us, or give the leadership team first.
Ideas.
Here's the ideas of what's going to earn a bonus. Now let's figure out how much of a bonus, or what that bonus, what the reward is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think that will enforce them to do great on retention their clients. That's under the coaches.
Absolutely. The development plan for leadership team. Who's accountable for getting this done?
I think I can do that.
I don't think you need to be accountable for ensuring that it happens. So who oversees the whole leadership team? When
Kate.
I pause, it's because I don't want to tell you who's supposed to
Kate.
do this. I want them to kind of volunteer and say, that is me, I will take it. There's a different accountability when you recognize that this is your role and your goal than for me to just tell you. I don't want to tell you. I want you to admit and say, or volunteer and say, that's mine, I want it, I'll do it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So who's going to develop a plan for leadership team?
I think that's under my role, so that's gonna be
Yay.
me.
Thank you. Okay. Everything else is to-dos, or we will discuss again at the quarterly meeting to ensure that these things are in place, getting done. And again, we have all of these quarterly things that we're still supposed to be working on. If there is more help needed, let me know. And you're going to invite me to tomorrow morning's meeting. Is that a Zoom call? How is that handled?
Normally we use Google Meet, but we'll use
Google Meet,
Zoom.
fine.
Google Meet's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know how to use
Well,
that.
yeah, but you want to record it.
Yeah, we can do Zoom to record it.
Your Google Meet should allow you to record it, does it not?
I think there's that requires like a subscription.
Oh, okay. Okay. So then somebody send me an invitation for that meeting and I will be on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, guys, thanks for a great call. I feel a
Thank
little
you.
better about our progress moving forward. And again, Kristen, I feel you get frustrated with things that you see, and I'm glad that you see them, but bring us in and let us help you. Let us help disseminate how to implement it, how to explain it, and then hold it accountable too.
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Have a great weekend.
All right.
You too.
Susan, can I
Thanks.
get a copy of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Give me,
perfect.
you know what? Stay on. I'm going to put it in the chat because that was
And
a-
we need to hop on a quick call, guys, with John real quick, because I want somebody to handle Jocelyn, because I think this is going to get not good if we don't take care of it right away.
you and who needs to get on that call?
Kate, Mark,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
John.
sent you the Google Meet link.
Okay.
All right. Did you get that link, Kate?
Opening it now. Here we go. Yep, I got it. Thank
Good.
you.
You're You're welcome. Bye, guys.
All right,
Bye,
bye.
thank you.